What's going on YouTube? So over the years, many rivals have entered, left, and re-entered the midsize two-row segment. But that is not the case with this Nissan Murano, which has been a consistent staple of the Nissan lineup for many years. Now today we have the latest 2021 example, which adds some nice safety and equipment upgrades to the already stylish package. But with segment competition heating up, is the Murano still a good choice? Let's go ahead and find out. So a big part of the Nissan Murano has always been style. It's a very stylish looking crossover, and that does continue for 2021. So besides for 3 new exterior colors, this front design is going to stay the same. So we have that signature V-motion grille, and it is surrounded by the black, which makes for a cool contrast look, especially when paired with a light color like this white. Now coming over here to your headlights, these are also very distinct. They are fully LED, all of the elements, but when the refresh in 2019 came around, they added this V-shaped LED daytime running light, which, like I said, looks very distinct when you see it at night. And then down below you have LED fog lights. I don't know if I have mentioned it yet, but we do have the Platinum model, the fully loaded model, and this has the 20-inch dark finished alloys that are exclusive to this trim level. You do also get 20-inch alloys on the SL trim level, and the others will come with smaller 18-inch alloys. And then moving up here to your mirrors, they are body colored, power adjusting. You have the LED turn signal indicator, and new for 2021, blind spot monitoring will be included on every single trim level.
Now the Murano is one of the kings of being a stylish SUV, and that continues here on the side. As you can tell, we have the floating roof design. This was one of the first vehicles that actually had that. That's now pretty common on vehicles now. And as far as the rear design itself, you're going to have that signature sleek look. Of course, nothing's going to change for 2021, so you're going to still have these LED taillights. These are actually full LED taillights since that 2019 refresh with the LED turn signal, reverse light, and brake light. And then dropping down to the lower bumper, we have this nice chrome accent, some black molding, and trapezoidal exhaust outlets on all of the models. Now Nissan is going to continue to impress with their safety systems, since all of the Muranos are going to come standard with all of their safety systems. So that's going to be forward emergency braking and pedestrian detection, auto high beam headlamps, lane keeping assist, as well as an adaptive cruise control system. And also new for 2021 is rear auto braking, standard on the entire lineup. But anyway, guys, that's going to sum up the classy yet stylish exterior design of this Nissan Murano. But now let's go ahead and check out the inside. And after we do that, we're going to take it out in a spin. But before we do all of that, hit that subscribe button down below and join this Car Confections family.
So just like most Nissan products, you do have a standard intelligent entry system, as well as the brand's typical key fob. And if you choose anything but the base model, they'll also throw in remote start. And then to get inside, just reach behind the handle and press the silver button to unlock it. Alright, now checking out the cabin. This has always had a very distinct design and also a very premium look with the Platinum trim level, and that does continue for 2021. Now the Murano can be had with pretty much every type of seating material known to man, so you have cloth, leatherette, leather, and then when you get to this fully loaded Platinum model, that's where you get the semi-aniline leather with the special quilted design. Now as far as your color options, you have the choice between cashmere, graphite, or mocha. Now as far as your door trim, you have very nice materials top to bottom. So you'll notice we have leather across the entire armrest area with 2 different color contrast stitching details. It is going to be soft touch on the top as well as the bottom, and Platinum exclusive we have the dark finished faux wood trim. Also Platinum exclusive, we have 2-person memory seating, and then the windows will be one-touch auto up and down for the driver and the passenger. Heading down here to your seats, we have the 8-way power adjusting seat with 2-way lumbar support. And like I was already mentioning, we have semi-aniline leather seats. So this is very rare for this class of vehicle to have such high quality leather. And of course it does feel and look very, very nice. So the cabin of the Murano has always been a very nice place to spend time. You'll continue to find high quality materials on board in 2021. So above the gauges, you have a leatherette padding with a color contrast stitching detail. And then your very high part of the dashboard, this is going to be hard touch, but all the plastics below that are soft touch. Additionally, you'll find that faux wood trim as it travels seamlessly to the door trim. And then as we move down, we have a lot of leatherette down here for your knee to rest against, as well as some more of that faux wood trim. And everything in here does fit together and feel very, very solid. Now start up the Murano, put your foot on the brake, and press the standard button. After it starts up, you will be greeted with the typical Nissan gauge cluster. So you have 2 analog gauges, and then you have a 7-inch display right there in the middle, which contains all the kinds of information that you would expect. Now coming back to the steering wheel, you will notice you have electric power assisted steering, and a nice leather wrap steering wheel. Does have a higher grade leather with the limited trim level. Or excuse me, the platinum trim level. Also on the platinum exclusive is the power adjustment, and heating is on SL and platinum. Now you might be mad at me, but I forgot the coupons, so trying to be too upset. However, we can still check out the storage. Lots of storage, very generously sized. The coupons would definitely fit into that very easily. There's also a 12-volt outlet inside. We've got our 2 cup holders, another little storage area for your phone, and then you've got 2 USB ports, an aux jack, and a 12-volt outlet. Now heading back to the shifter, this is just a traditional style shifter, so you can pull back for drive. You can bump over here to the left if you want to shift through some simulated gear changes. However, there are not paddle shifters on the wheel. And then going into reverse, of course, as you would expect from a Nissan product, we have the around view monitor. So this, of course, works the same way. You got your traditional view with trajectory, your 360 view, and moving object detection. You do not have an electronic parking brake though. Now behind the shifter, that's where you'll find your seat climate controls. So heated seats are going to come standard on the top 2 trim levels. However, if you want ventilation, you will have to go up to this fully loaded platinum model. Alright, so now checking out the rest of the climate controls. Very simple dual zone automatic climate control setup across all of the trim levels. As you can see, all the buttons are physically rendered right here, so you don't have to go searching for anything. And now that brings us to our audio sample. So we've got the 11-speaker Bose premium sound system on board. Let's give it a listen. Yeah, this is a really nice sounding sound system. Very impressed, especially by the amount of bass. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out our Nissan Connect infotainment system. So what you're looking at is the 8-inch display. This is standard on all of the trim levels, and it does run the same Nissan Connect software like every other Nissan product. So on all the models, you will have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay abilities, and then your top 2 models, those are going to come with this integrated navigation system. I do also want to point out CD player for those of you who still want that option. And up at the top, we have an auto dimming mirror with 3 HomeLink universal remotes, and we have a large panoramic moonroof. So I'll slide that back the rest of the way. As you can see, it's very, very large. The front portion does open up. This is included standard on the Platinum and is available on the lower trim levels.
All right, so sitting in the Murano's rear seat, this is a pretty spacious and very luxurious place to spend time. So as far as your rear legroom figures are going to come in at 39 inches of rear legroom, 40 inches of rear headroom, which does make it smaller than the Ford Edge and Hyundai Santa Fe. However, it's not a problematic amount of space because behind rear seating position, I have probably 6 to 7 inches of rear legroom and my feet can easily slide up underneath the seat. Now, as far as the features, we do have a little storage cubby up top. Dropping down, you're going to notice and appreciate on a cold day like today that heated rear seats are thrown in on the SL and Platinum trims. And then we also have a USB Type-C and a smart charging USB. Further below that, we have the rear vents. And then if we fold down the center armrest, we do have cup holders inside. Now walking up to the tailgate, you are going to have a hands-free power one on the two top trims. So just wave your foot under the bumper to open it up. And it is a little slow opening up, but once inside, you are going to find 32 cubic feet behind the second row seats. That expands to 67 cubic feet if you fold them. That is going to be smaller than the Hyundai Santa Fe, but it is larger than the Chevy Blazer, so this is right kind of in the middle of the segment. And up top, we have a cargo cover. If we lift up the floor, you are going to find a spare tire. On the right side, we have a 12-volt outlet. And of course, you can fold the seats 60-40 split. Now over here on your passenger seat, we do have the 4-way power adjustment. Then as far as in the glove box, we have a really good sized glove box. It's kind of hard to see, honestly, from here, but it goes back a long distance. We have a nice felt lining inside, so definitely can fit a lot of coupons in there. And up top, we do have a sun visor with a light and mirror, and you can also detach and extend.
All right, so that was our first acceleration with this 2021 Nissan Murano. So this continues to have the venerable VQ Series 3.5 liter V6 engine, 260 horsepower, 240 pound-feet of torque. Those are competitive numbers with all the competition. As you know, I have a soft spot for this engine as well.
Yeah.
I really like the way that it sounds.
Yeah, it may not be the newest thing on the block, but it also is pretty unique that you do have a V6 in this model. A lot of the competition just goes to the turbo 4 cylinders or whatever, so it's unique to have that V6 option.
Now, if you're wondering about the transmission, like pretty much every Nissan product, this does have the CVT transmission. It does have shift simulation as well. And as you can see, it is quite responsive. When you put your foot down, you do get an immediate response.
And as far as like the ride quality, that's something that I really want to point out about the Murano is just how luxurious this rides. That's one of this vehicle's strongest suits and something that doesn't age, you know, despite, you know, that this vehicle came out in 2015, it still rides really good. It truly feels like a luxury car, and when Nissan says this competes with the Lexus RX, they mean it, because when we hit several bumps back there, and it really soaks them up well.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely more luxury oriented and probably rides better than the Santa Fe and Sorento we've been in very recently. Yeah, that was the shift simulation I was talking about. You don't have to go full throttle to get that. It definitely gives it a more authentic feel compared to some of the past CVTs.
And now that we're up to speed here, I will get a sound level reading for us. And and going 55 miles an hour, we're looking at 59.9 decibels. And let's go ahead and talk about some of the practical stuff like the fuel economy. Now this vehicle is going to be available in front wheel drive or optional all wheel drive, and since there is only one engine, it's going to have the rating of 20, 28, 23 actually for both front wheel drive or all wheel drive, so you know, you're not going to sacrifice anything for going for all wheel drive, and that is pretty good fuel economy despite having the V6 engine.
And let's go ahead and do the airball and slam dunk. So I'm going to start with the slam dunk, and that's going to be the luxury experience inside of this cabin. You have a lot of elements in here that really just feel super luxurious, as we've already discussed, and I really want to specifically highlight these seats. These semi-aniline seats, these are awesome, and they are so soft and comfortable.
Yeah, they're honestly probably one of the first things I noticed when I got in was like, wow, these seats are super nice. And as far as the airball, we're going to say that this Murano is getting a little bit long in the tooth. It did come out in 2015. There's not really anything specifically wrong with it, but it could certainly use some updates. And as far as the pricing is concerned for the Murano, with front wheel drive, the S is going to start at $32,510, SV $35,640, SL $40,010, and Platinum is going to be $44,060. And with the destination charge of $1,095, this one as equipped comes in at $48,480. And I do want to point out that they do offer pretty heavy discounts on that, so that MSRP is a little bit deceiving, and you can pretty much expect to be getting quite a bit off of that sticker price.
But overall, I have to say, this Nissan Murano has really been aging gracefully. I think this still has a lot of really strong characteristics, and some class exclusive things over top of a lot of the competition we've been driving recently. And you know, it really is a unique and very fashionable product.
Well guys, that's going to end this in-depth review of the 2021 Nissan Murano Platinum. We really appreciate you watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do that and join this Car Confections family. We're going to post a lot of reviews in 2021, so you won't want to miss out on those. Anyway, we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.